Hey guys! Oh my gosh, how crazy do I look right now? Pretty crazy. I love Harley Quinn. She's like one of my favorite comic book characters. I think it's all of her crazy. I also think it might be something to do with the fact that she's amazing. And she's just like crazy on her own. And then the Joker makes her crazier. It's just, I love it. Also, her makeup is always sick. Like, it's always like weird, intense. She's scary but like edgy and like I don't know. I like love her. I know I don't have the blonde hair. I know my tips aren't dyed. Sorry. And she usually wears a t-shirt that says Daddy's Little Monster, which I love. And I think I might be her for Halloween because this look came out so cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching. And I hope that you guys could recreate this, and if you do, tag us on Twitter, tag us on Instagram. We really want to see it. I would love to see the way you guys recreate this. So yeah, thanks for watching.
Hello. So I'm going to start off by pouncing Maybelline Matte and Poreless in 220, which is a little light for me right now, all over my face. I condensed 3 minutes of me going nuts on my foundation so you guys wouldn't have to deal with watching me do that for a really long time. You get a speeded up version, which isn't that what we all want in life? No? Okay. Maybe that's just me. And then I'm going to take my Rimmel Gel Liner with a flat concealer brush from Sephora, and I'm going to just place that on my lid. Messily, it doesn't have to be too precise because you're blending it out, and this concealer blends out so quick. The only problem is when it dries, it does not move. So you have to really work fast. That's why I'm working one eye at a time. And so I'm just taking a Real Techniques eye shader brush, and since it's synthetic, it helps distribute the product better. And I'm gonna just blend that out, get that all over my eyes. There's really no rhyme or reason. It's supposed to look like I'm half wearing a mask. I half really just can't put eyeshadow on my eyes. Kind of like the crazy look that Harley really goes for. And I'm just gonna blend that out until I feel like I've gotten the desired effect. And then I'm going to take a black eyeshadow and set that. I'm just using Urban Decay Blackout, but any black eyeshadow will do. I'm going to pat that all over the places that I want it to be extra black. And then towards the edges, I'm going to kind of blend, kind of distribute, kind of make the mask look a little bit more intense. And I do apologize in advance for the fact that I'm going in and out of focus 85% of the time. I got a new camera. All the out of focusness is going to be over, and you guys aren't going to have to be tortured by my camera's lack of ability to figure itself out. So I'm just going to continue blending that out until I feel like I have gotten where I want it to be. So then I'm going to take this reddish shimmery eyeshadow from Jessie. It's like a loose pigment, and I'm going to just load that up on my brush and kind of blend it into the lower part of my eyeshadow, kind of bleeding it down, like if I was crying and my eyeshadow ran, but a little more intense. And then I'm gonna stop to watch TV because obviously that's what we have to do. So I'm just blending that out into my corner of my mask-like situation. So I'm taking this E40 blending brush now, and I'm trying to blend it all together and make it all look a little bit more seamless because, you know, as we all learned from Jaclyn Hill, you cannot have harsh lines. It is the one thing that is not tolerated here in this place. So I'm just going to start blending more black, kind of adding where I think I need to add. You guys get the drill. Now, using Buck for my Urban Decay Naked palette, since it's kind of like a gray transition shade, sort of. I'm going to buff that around the edges to sort of get rid of that harshness between the black and then the rest of my skin. And I'm going to go all around, kind of adding it where I think I need to, blending where I think I need to, and then adding more and more black as I see fit, and then adding like a little more red to make sure that the red shows up, because it's a really important part of the look. Now I'm getting a little crazy. I'm taking Buck from my Urban Decay Naked palette and using it to contour. It's interesting. I don't know why I did this. I decided my cheekbones were not defined enough to be Harley Quinn. But then I'm taking a big powder brush and kind of blending the contour out, but at the same time leaving a lot of the harshness in there. But I discovered doing this look that Buck makes a really good cool toned contour shade, and doing a little more blending, just like a tiny bit more blending, more adding black. I'm kind of making this up as I go along, basically, because I know how I wanted it to look, but I didn't have like an actual technique of getting it the way I wanted it to. So this eye is like basically done at this point. I'm trying to blend it into my eyebrow, make it look a little more edgy and fierce. And then I'm gonna sing a little bit. Now I'm gonna do the exact same thing on my left eye. Hence why I decided to speed up for you, because if not, you'd be watching the same thing that you've been watching for the past like 6 minutes. So doing the same thing, adding black, blending, adding black, blending, adding black, blending. Mixing these two colors from my Morphe 35U palette, I'm going to create the same thing I did with the Justice Girl Red, but in blue, because you know that in the new movie and in a lot of the comics, Harley's makeup is like half blue, half red. Her hair is dip-dyed, half blue, half red. She's just killing it. And do you see how highlighty that blue is? Like, I wish we could highlight with blue, because that shimmer is so on point. And then I'm just gonna blend it out a little bit, kind of add some black to blend into it, making sure it's still like a little bit messy, a little bit smudgy, doing the same thing I did on my other eye. I'm taking my Rimmel Stay translucent powder just because I felt like I was not white cast enough, and I needed a little bit of more of a pale situation going on, which is something you never hear me say. But I'm just taking that and kind of patting that all over my face. Since it is technically a little bit more of a white powder than a translucent powder, I'm just using that to kind of blanch out my foundation. Now I'm taking my Maybelline lipstick, Color Sensational lipstick in Red Revival, and I'm kind of messily putting that on my lips and taking a Sigma eyeliner brush and drawing the kind of funny face clown mouth that Harley sometimes has. I'm kind of taking a little bit creative liberty because I think I'm trying to make her look a little bit more like the Joker than she usually does. I really don't remember her looking this way in a lot of the comics that I read, but I didn't actually read all of them, so maybe she did. But I'm just taking that and like outlining the general shape and then making it a little bit messy and then filling that in. And I'm gonna do that for like both sides of my mouth basically until I get it almost perfect. I'm not making the point like a real point. Like if you can see, it's like a little bit smudged at the end because it's not like an actual, like it's not a crisp line. It's like a messy sort of like opening kind of thing.
You awaken from this illusion, and you understand that black implies white, self implies other, life implies
After surveying my face, I figured this was a little bit too bright of a red, so I take my blackout eyeshadow again and kind of fill in, give it a little bit of dimension. I don't cover the whole thing, but I do try to give it a little bit of dimension, try to make it look a little bit more bloody red than just like bright, like rosy red, if that makes any sense. And I'm just putting that all the places I think that the lipstick would benefit from a little bit of um, deepening. Then I'm taking my gel liner and drawing a little heart on my cheekbone, sort of to mimic a little heart that she has in some of the comics. And then after that, I'm all done, except for when I'm filling my waterline and my like tight line with gel liner and putting on mascara, because those are things I always forget to do whenever I've like intensely put on crazy makeup. But after that, I'm done. I'm just gonna tease my ponytail a little bit, and then yeah, that's it.